Welcome back once again, adventurers, to Let's Play Steins. In the last episode, we learned through Jellyman's report that although CERN have actually managed to achieve the effect of time travel, there's still quite a load of complications with their methodology. Particularly their inability to deal with the singularity issue that has intense gravitational problems, which makes basic travel through the singularity created by them to whatever time period they're in virtually impossible to survive. And speaking of timelines, they also have yet to determine a way to actually set the actual time and space location, given the fact that the Earth rotates basically at an incredible distance through outer space as it revolves around the Sun. While rotating in its orbit, I might add. We learned all this in the previous episode from Kurisu. But anyway, it is now dawn. We stayed up all night again. Fighting drowsiness, I fill my mug with instant coffee. I've already lost count of how many I've had. Won't you believe it? Kurisu hands her mug to me without looking away from the computer. Apparently now, the shoe is on the other foot and Rentaru is now Kurisu's assistant. Guess she expects me to refill it. Speaking of coffee. Since when did I become a maid? She should ask Mayuri for stuff like this. Mayuri's a professional maid after all. That said, Kurisu is the one reading CERN's documents right now. Daru and I can manage if we use translation software, but we're nowhere near as efficient as she is. Well, it's not exactly what I had in mind when I said I wanted to borrow her knowledge. It just goes to show that I was right to make her a lab mem. She's an asset to the lab, for now at least. I should try not to upset her. I silently take the mug from Kurisu, dump in the powdered coffee and pour in hot water from the pot. 2 packs of sugar, no milk. Kurisu has already requested it the same way 5 times today. I mix it well and bring it over to Kurisu. She doesn't immediately realize I'm standing behind her, so I hold the mug in front of her face. Kurisu takes it without turning. Apparently, she's been reading these documents for a while now. Her eyes never leave the screen. She's completely absorbed in CERN's research. Even though she was adamant when she called them traitors to science everywhere, she's not above picking their brains. But I understand how she feels. I'm itching to know more myself. Daru is fast asleep on the sofa. His hacking skills are currently no longer required for the moment. His snoring is quite loud. Furthermore, it sounds like he has sleep apnea. I'm surprised Kurisu has been able to ignore it. Is she just that focused? Most certainly. I decide to watch some TV. As always, the news channels are all covering the radio building satellite crash.
人工衛星墜落から5日が経過した秋葉原ですが、夏休みシーズンに入ったということもあり、放置されたままの人工衛星を一目見ようと多くの人が詰めかけています。
So the satellite's still there, and there's still no new information about its origins whatsoever.
名古屋から来ました。一目見たくて。
And now it's getting getting tourists. People were flocking all over Japan to see this thing. Or just to be on the news, or maybe both. Apparently there's been a lot of media coverage about the satellite these past 5 days.
アメリカ航空宇宙局のスポークスマンマイケル・バーン氏は会見で
Apparently NASA, but actually it shouldn't really be surprising that this would not draw this attention, that would draw their attention.
墜落した事実はないと語り、墜落した物体が人工衛星以外の物体であることを示唆しました。
So even though it kind of resembles a satellite, it is in fact not a
警察によります
satellite.
と、墜落した人工衛星については現在調査中であり、撤去する時期のめどは立っていないとのことです。
I believe that is because it still represents a public safety hazard of sorts. Is it really under investigation? This could be another plot by the...
おはよう。あれ？こんにちはかな？
And it's Mayuri, and immediately afterwards we got a message from Suzuha. Apparently she had to skip breakfast again today. She doesn't have much money on hand. A good place is to find insects or weeds around here. I can get by using my survival skills as I have to. Apparently she eats insects for some reason. We'll go with this one. What kind of childhood did you have? In fact, we hardly even know anything about Suzuha apart from the fact that she's working downstairs. Now that that's out of the way, we can return our attention to Mayuri. The door unlocks and Mayuri enters the laboratory. She has a convenience store bag in hand. There are various food items inside, but it doesn't look like they're for us.
うわー、なんかね、ズズーンっていう重い空気が漂ってるよ。
Yeah, we probably should have opened the window by now at this point. The three of us probably look pretty haggard since we stayed up all night. But it's hard to put on a bright smile now that I know about CERN.
空気入れ替えるね。
Mayuri opens the window wide. The sky is so blue, it hurts my eyes. Large clouds listlessly drift on the wind. It truly is a refreshing sight. Mayuri's appearance makes Daru get up with a grimace. Kurisu also finally moves away from the computer, sipping her hot coffee while rubbing her eyes. I glance at the clock, then go to the center of the room and call for attention.
いい機会だ。ラボメンが全員集合したところだし、久々に円卓会議を開こうと思う。
円卓会議？
I don't think this is Camelot, and I don't think you are King Arthur, Rentaro, but
なんぞそれ。ラボメンによる報告会。ミーティングだ。
well, you could just say a conference between lab members instead of using round table.
そんなのこれまでにやったことあったっけ？
I don't believe we have, which is why everyone's confused by the fact that he said another.
そもそも円卓なんてどこにあるのよ。
And Kurisu is being rather literal in this case.
実物はない。だが、我らラボメンの心の中にはある。そうだろう。
Well, Rentaro is being his usual metaphorical self.
そうだろ？じゃなかろうが。勝手に人の心の中に変なもの持たせないで。
マユシーにもあるかな？
ああ、あるさ。
Don't think Mayuri understands the concept, but she seems to be playing along.
そっか、よかった。でも、円卓って何？
In one ear, out the other. It's round table. It's two words.
てかなんで円
Mayuri.
卓？アーサー王？
そもそも私はラボメンといっても期間限定だし。
That's right. You were actually supposed to be heading back to the States at some point. These people whine about every little thing.
とにかく円卓会議だ。マイリは昨日の夜はいなかったので、ひとまず今の俺たちの置かれた状況を教えておく。
I wonder if that's actually a good idea, Rintaro. I tell Mayuri everything about what we discovered in her absence. Well, I mean, I guess she does have a right to know, but involving her is probably not the best course of action. About how CERN is creating a time machine, about Jellymen, about how Men in Black might be coming to erase us for what we know. Thing is, that could happen.
悪いことは良くないよって言ったのに。
Well, technically we aren't actually the ones who did the bad things in this case.
悪いだと？俺たちが？何をバカな。それを言うならばセルンの方がよほど悪。世界だけでは飽き足らず、時空までも手に入れようと企んでいる連中だ。
Yes, indeed. As we saw on their document on the server admin account, that is their mission statement. They want to actually control space and time.
同意するわ。
For some reason, Kurisu backs me up. A few minutes earlier, she might have had a completely differing opinion, but given what we've just uncovered,
セルンのやってることは社会的にも人間的にも、そして研究者としても許されることじゃない。
and if they're allowed to continue for the next 24 years, then the reality that was predicted by the mysterious John Titor will undoubtedly become a reality.
そうだけど。
And I'm really starting to regret involving Mayuri in all this. She doesn't sound convinced. But she's surprisingly perceptive. She'd have found out even if we kept it a secret, so it's better to just tell her. Even so.
いずれにせよこれで我がラボとセルンとのラグナロックは避けられなくなった。
A large part of me is still afraid, but we've come too far to turn back now. I think a direct confrontation with CERN is out of the question, for obvious reasons. But as Rentaru's just said, we can't unlearn what we know.
ラグナロック？
また北欧神話か。
クリスティーナ、お前にはセルン調査について命じていたな。何か新たに分かったことは？
命じられた覚えはないけどね。セルンがタイムトラベルにおいて抱えている問題点は2つ。
So there are two major problems that CERN
1つは
has.
電子注入装置リフターの調整。これがうまく機能しないとカーブラックホールの特異点を裸にできない。
In other words, if without the lifter, they can't actually stabilize the singularity and keep it open.
この状態で特異点を通過しようとすれば、超重力によって被験者はミクロレベルまで圧縮されてしまう。当然無事ではいられないわ。
And that's all she
それと
wrote.
タイムトラベル先の局所場指定ができないことが2点目。特異点を抜けてどこへ出るかの指定ができない。だから各地で見つかっている14人のゼリーマンはむしろ運がいい方だったと言うべき。
Lucky in that they were the ones who actually found it all.
人体実験は2001年から100回以上行われていた。つまり残りの80人以上はどこへ飛ばされたのかすら確認できていないということ。
So, a grand total of at least 100 people or so. 80 of which are still missing.
なんで確認できないの？
マユシ、そんなことも知らんの？地球は常に動いてるんだよ。自転速度は時速にして1500キロ、公転速度は11万4000キロで。
That's fantastic that you remembered all that, Daru, but that wasn't what she asked. Daru's tone is authoritative, but he's just relaying what he heard from Kurisu last night. I don't think Mayuri is going to get any of it. Too many big
セルンは
words.
その2点について解を模索してるみたいだけど、うまくいってないみたい。
Apparently CERN have been having no luck on their end. And they're the ones with far greater facilities, technology and finances than the Future Gadget Laboratory.
それで助手よ。セルンのタイムマシンから電話レンジカッコ仮のヒントになるようなものは見つかったか？
And now on to our major problem.
ヒントね。
The still inactive phone wave, TBA. Kurisu stares at the ceiling in thought.
そもそも LHC は世界一巨大な電子レンジなんて異名もあるぐらいだけど、
It basically could be considered the same thing given that, well, even though the LHC uses protons and particles and the microwave uses electromagnetic waves, but the concept is sound.
そうか。つまり電話レンジカッコ仮は LHC の縮小版ということだな。
Inadvertently, I would say that that's the case. I was sure she'd deny it. In fact, I thought she'd yell at me. But instead, she agreed with me. Throws me off a little.
もっとも電話レンジはわからないことが多すぎる。なんでセルンのタイムマシンと同じような現象をあの小さな電子レンジで起こせるのか。
That is the $64 billion question. And the other one is how and why can't we recreate the electronic
LHC と違って
discharge phenomenon?
これはタイムトラベルのために作られたものじゃないのよ。
マユシーの唐揚げを温めるためのものだよね。
Indeed it was. It was made for microwaving food.
まあそうね。
少なくともゼリーマンという現象が電話レンジカッコ仮でも起きているのだから、マユリのバナナはカーブラックホールのリング上得意点に到達していると考えるべきだ。
Well, given the fact that the two of the bananas disappeared from the microwave and reappeared back on the bananas from which they came, this cannot be ignored.
ブラックホールができてるの？ここに？
Well, it's still kind of a singularity. Similar.
吸い込まれないかな？
We would already be compressed if that were the case, Mayuri. And indeed, we all become jellymen as well.
でも放電現象の仕組みや発生条件が解明できてない。
この前の実験だと放電現象が起きた時にだけ過去へメールを送れたお。
Indeed, but we still don't have any idea of how to cause it,
ま
as
だ2度し
Kurisu
か成功
pointed
してい
out.
ないが、その放電現象が意味するのは電荷、すなわち電子注入の可能性が高い。
So somehow we need to find a way to infuse the phone wave TBA with an electron charge.
それが発生した時だけ得意点への道が開けるのだ。
放電現象の原因はわからないじゃない。
それはこれから調べる。
Indeed.
そもそも過去へ送れるメールはデジタルデータであって物体じゃないわ。そこがセルンのタイムマシンと決定的に違っている。
Yes, indeed. That is actually a very interesting point there.
いや、やることは同じだ。デジタルデータが得意点を通り抜けないと誰か保証したのか？人間サイズの物体を通り抜けさせるよりよほど簡単だと思うが。
That certainly is an interesting theory, I believe Kurisu might end up disputing that, but just remember the fact that the emails that were sent previously were broken up into several parts, with the rest of the text disappearing into the ether completely.
まあ確かに。
あのね、メールって言うから混乱するんだと思うな。
And Mayuri, I believe Mayuri is eating an onigiri. Definitely not a jelly-filled donut, by the way.
本物の紙飛行機にした手紙がピューンって飛んでいくイメージなんだよ、きっと。
That is a very poetic way of putting it.
む
A
しろ
very
光線だ
Mayushi
ろ。
way of putting it, I might
光デジタ
say.
ルデータみたいな。
Taro is more scientific, but
ところで、
that's just his
過
style.
去へ送れるメールは言いにくいな。名前を付けようではないか。
And now it's time for the what will we name this email phenomenon?
またカッコつけ？
またとか言うな。この法王院教魔をバカにしているのか。
For those of you who never seen Star Wars film before in your lives, the original line is I've got a very bad feeling about this, but most of the time it's just pronounced I got a bad feeling about this.
どうせへんてこな名前をつけたいんでしょ？
Yes, he likes to give them Nordic names
へ
or
んって
something
こと
like
は失
that.
敬だな。ならば発表しよう。俺はこの過去へ送れるメールという現象についてこう名付けた。その名も
Insert drumroll here.
ノスタルジアドライブ。
That is extremely vague.
わかりにくい。却下。
Rejected. Denied.
貴様、助手の分際で却下できる権限があると思っているのか。
We're still just brainstorming, and I believe if memory serves, if we don't come to a consensus, or if we come to a tie, it's Mayuri who is the one who ultimately decides the deciding vote.
じゃあ多数決する？ノスタルジアドライブに賛成の人。
I don't think anyone's going to vote for it except for Rentaro. My hand shoots into the air, but nobody follows suit.
裏切ったら誰、マユリ。
クリスちゃんの言う通りだと思うな。マユシーはそんな長い名前は覚えられません。
I remember it so you don't have to.
中二病すぎだろ上皇。
Well, there goes Nostalgia
ならばお
Drive.
前たちには自分で考えたとっておきのネーミングがあるのだろうな。まさか我が案を否定しておいてノープランとは言わせんぞ。
Hopefully something not too complicated and something that everyone can
や
follow.
っぱりわかりやすさ重視にすべきだと思う。時間を遡っているメールなんだから、そこをメールでいいんじゃない？
Retro mail is kind of interesting, but it's still a bit of an odd thing to say.
で、どういう意味？
Maori is busy eating strawberry jelly. How can she hear that stuff after hearing about jelly bean?
今のマユリの反応が答えだ、クリスティーナ。わかりやすい名前をつけるべきと言っておきながら、ちっともわかりやすくないではないか。
それはまゆりさんが。
It appears that Kurusu's idea has been shot down.
なんでもない。
She's not used to big words, and by the way, we got an email. You don't want to know. Okay, Suzuha. Anyway, back to the conversation at hand.
もしかして今マユリがバカだからと言おうとしたか？
違うわよ。
クリスチャン、マユシーのことバカだと思ってるのかな？
It's partially your fault, Runtaro, for trying to put blame on Kurusu, but although I think Kurusu probably put her foot in it this time.
思ってない。全くこれっぽっちも思ってないから。誤解しないで。
Somehow, Kurusu manages to glare at me even while soothing Mayuri.
時をかけるメールの一択だろう。
The male who leapt through time doesn't even make sense.
少し表現が硬いな。言いにくい。
オ
Also,
カリ
it's
ンのノスタルな
grammatically
んとかだって
incorrect.
十分長いじゃんか。それにこれは映画のタイトルを。
It's nostalgia drive, not expialidocious.
ロマンがあればいいのだ、ロマンが。
そんな理由で却下かよ。
And Mayuri needs to be able to know what it means too.
あ、トゥットゥルー、マユシーも思いついたよ。
Let's hear what Mayuri has
バ
to
ッ
say.
クトゥーザメール。映画のタイトルとね、メールをくっつけてみました。
And Mayuri is basically copying from Daru there.
マユシ、映画のタイトルネタはもう僕がやったって。
それに意味が微妙に違ってきてると思う。
Indeed.
意味とかじゃなくて、映画のタイトルとメールをくっつけて。
いずれにせよ長い。
Nah, apologies, Mayuri, but I don't
じゃあ
think we can use
デロリア
it.
ンメールとか。
もう何のメールかさっぱりわからないではないか。
ねえ、こんなくだらないことに時間取ってる場合じゃないでしょ。もういっそのこと略して D メールにしなさいよ。
So apparently, Kurusu wants to abbreviate it to D-mail.
いや、し
Anyone
かし
in
それで
favor
は
of
味気
D-mail?
なさすぎるというか。
味気なかろうが味気があろうがどうでもいい。
Shot down. Kurusu's influence in the lab seems to have grown significantly these past few days.
じゃあ D メールに決定します。
So, Rintaro, it appears that the Mayuri has cast her deciding vote. The phenomenon is now D-mail. Mayuri, finished with her jelly, proclaims in satisfaction. Wait, when did Mayuri become the moderator? I think that was always the case. I think you
で
made that rule.
なんで D メールみたいな現象が起きるん？
リング得意点への道が開いているからだ。何度も言っているだろう。
So now all we have to do is to feed electrons into the phone wave TBA so that the singularity is open.
ブラックホールが発生しているのかどうかは確認できていない。単にセルンのタイムマシンと偶然似てるだけで、実は全く違う現象かもしれない。
Can't entirely disprove
焦って
that
結論
theory,
を出すのは危険
Kurusu.
よ。
何を言う？お前は自分たちでタイムマシンを作りたいとは思わないのか？そのために危険を冒してセルンにハッキングまでしたのだぞ。今語るべきは電話レンジカッコ仮をタイムマシンとして使えるようにするにはどうしたらいいかだ。
Well, that's true, and it will also help give us a little bit of leverage against CERN, just in
でもさ、
case.
僕たちにできると思うん？
Given the banana,
できるかどうかではない。やるのだ。
given that the banana phenomenon actually happened, I would certainly say that is possible, and I believe that Rintaro is once again making a misquote of a reference. It should really be do or do not. There is no try.
何よその精神論至上主義。あんたって無能なトップの典型ね。
おのれ。狂気のマッドサイエンティスト、法院教魔に対して何たる言い草だ。
まあそもそもオカリンは別にトップじゃないけど。
And Daru has also thrown his 2 cents.
俺はラボの象徴であってトップではない。
象徴だかなんだか知らないけど、どうやって電話レンジをタイムマシンとして使えるようにするか、その具体的な解法を教えてよ。
Well, it's technically a time machine given the fact that you already sent emails back into the past.
解放か。そうだな。一つある。放電現象が起きるか起きないかはランダムだと思っているようだが、俺には仮説があるのだ。
And Rintaro actually does happen to have a theory of
どういう
sorts.
こと？
I look at my watch. It's past noon.
発生条件の再現だよ、クリスティーナ。昨日の夜、いろいろ検討したはずだぞ。そして俺たちは最も単純で最も決定的な条件を見ようとしていた。
Apparently, Rintaro seems to have some thoughts. Indeed, he is actually not incorrect. You have to remember the conditions. All of the conditions. There's one thing we did
発生
miss,
時刻だ。
and that is time. Time itself might actually be the answer. It sounds silly and it sounds far-fetched, but it just might work.
過去2回の放電現象が起きた時間を調べてみたんだが、
That's unsurprisingly observant of you there, Rintaro.
それによれば、俺が誰の携帯に送った時に偶然発生した最初の D メールは、だいたい12時から13時の間。
That would be true given the timestamp.
そして2回目。俺たち4人全員が目撃し、つまり、
Sorry, I skipped
その
there,
2つの時間
but
帯に実験をすれば、あるいは再現が可能かもしれないのだ。
basically what he said before I accidentally clicked the mouse was basically the second D-mail experiment basically took place at around 6 p.m. So basically what Rintaro is suggesting, if we perform the experiment within the time frame of 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, it just
早
might
速やって
work.
みましょう。
It's probably about noon now. Kurisu bolts into the development room, suddenly bursting with
それにしてもこ
enthusiasm.
の助手ノリノリである。
マユシーのバナナずいぶん減ったね。また買ってこなくちゃ。
Alas, poor Mayuri. Only one banana remains untouched. We got rid of the jellified bananas and then we ate the rest.
ごめんね、まゆりさん。後で新しいバナナ買ってくるから。
本当？嬉しいな。
But first, we must experiment with this one remaining banana.
バナナ勝手に食べてもちっとも買ってきてくれないのです。
I'll be sure to amend that in the future. Bunch of bananas is a small price to pay in order to bring chaos to the world. Kurisu picks the last banana off the stem, leans under the table and places it inside the microwave.
まずはゼリーマンになるか試してみる。
And unfortunately, she hit her head on the table as she was getting back out from... She tries to get up and gloriously bangs her head underneath the table. Gotta watch out for that.
しとらんわ。
Kurisu gets up, blushing in embarrassment with tears in her eyes.
このレンジの配置なんとかしろ。危ないしめんどくさい。
There is just one problem with that. The mass increase might happen again.
床に穴が開いてしまうから無理。
クリスちゃん、クリスちゃん。痛いの痛いの飛んでけ。
And there's a magical Mayuri. Mayuri pats the back of Kurisu's head, then sweeps her hand through the air.
サンクス、まゆりさん。
Mayuri makes everything better. Kurisu pulls herself together, types on her phone, then activates the phone wave TBA. The banana in the microwave slowly begins to spin backwards as the timer counts down. Just a quick thought, but in the rare event that this does work, won't the mass increase cause it to actually, I don't know, fall through the floor right on top of the Brawn workshop? Apparently Kurisu is taken aback. Kurisu, who is peering into the microwave, suddenly shouts in surprise. The banana has vanished. Vanished, I mean. At the exact same moment, the banana reappears on its stem, jellified. Well, there wasn't really any sort of, no electrical discharge that we could actually visibly see or feel, but, needless to say it worked. The banana has somehow, undergone its phenomena, the Jellyman phenomena.
おお。
ゲルバナになったね。
やはり俺の予想通り、発生条件は時間帯だったな。
That is, actually rather interesting. Rintaro was right on the money for once. I was a little anxious about the result, but it all worked out. I outwitted the impertinent genius girl. Now my position as symbol of the lab is secure.
やるわね岡部。あまりに単純すぎて気づけなかった。
Begrudging respect, such as it is, Kurisu says with a slightly sulky expression.
悔しいのか？それでも俺にサンジの言葉を送る姿勢は評価してやろう。
それより D メールが再現できるかについても確認しないと。
Yes, indeed. Now that we know that the jellification process works, we can. It's also needless to say that we can actually start sending D-mails back in time. Of course, we just used our last banana. Kurisu ignores my proud laughter and excitedly starts typing out a mail.
この法音隠居魔の威厳がクリスティーナのせいでどんどん落ちていく。
You will respect my authority.
もともと威厳はないと思う。
Thank you very much for the vote of confidence there, Daru.
いいからそこの男子2人手伝って。岡部、あんたの携帯にメール送るから。
Let the D-mail commence. When did I become her assistant? I grind my teeth in frustration, but I do as I'm told, and insert my phone into the phone wave TBA.
ねえねえクリスちゃん、なんて送るの？
Now the moment of truth. Mayuri presses up against Kurisu and sneaks a peek at Kurisu's phone.
別に意味のある文章である必要はない。送れるかどうかを確認できさえすればいいんだから。
That is true.
岡部はずアンエア
待て、そこの助手、何を打ち込んでいる？
さあね、準備いい？送るわよ。
Daru has already set the microwave's timer through the computer. There's nothing inside, but the microwave still operates. The countdown starts from 1:20. So we don't really need bananas or any objects, it would seem. This is where the timing counts. We know we have to open the microwave door during operation, but we still don't know when to send the mail. For now we'll do them simultaneously. Kurisu readies her finger on the phone's send button. I grasp the microwave's door handle. Mayuri seeks cover.
じゃあカウントするぜ。
The microwave's timer soon indicates 70 seconds.
2、1、0。
Kurisu presses send, and at nearly the same instant I open the microwave door. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. I forgot the electrical discharge.
来たぞ。
You do realize that the microwave could clearly crash through the floor down into the Brawn Tube workshop. And then Tanuja is going to be exceptionally angry with us. Lightning crackles in the air. The cushion underneath the phone wave TBA collapses under the weight. But hopefully it doesn't fall through the floor. The floor starts creaking. That is not good. It's exactly like the discharge phenomenon that occurred before. The discharge lasts for about 10 seconds. Well, that was better than I thought. After it subsides, we stare at the phone wave TBA with bated breath. Luckily, it didn't break through the floor. Luckily, I might add.
メール届いた。
Well, we'll just have to check the phone. I disconnect my phone from the phone wave TBA and check my mail. Kurisu stands beside me and peers at the screen. So it should have arrived 5 days earlier. And lo and behold, there it is. Apparently that says Airhead. There's an email there, 2 of them, and they're even written in English. Okabe can't read this, Rintaro can't read this, but I can. If you read these hieroglyphics and put 2 and 2 together, it says Okabe is an airhead. The timestamps are from 5 days ago. Kurisu starts laughing when she sees the mail, even though she's the one who wrote it. The Okabe in the first one is obviously my name. But what does airhead in the second one mean? My English is shaky. Is she saying my head can fly or something? Whatever, may not know what it means, but I do know this. My assistant is making fun of me. But that doesn't matter right now.
クリスティーナ、お前はメールを2通送ったのか？
ううん。送ったのは1通だけ。
Yeah, for some reason the email has apparently been split into 2.
マユシーも見
A
たよ。
singularity, perhaps?
ね、本当に1通だった。
It's the same with the other D-mails.
そうね。 一つの文章だったのに分割されてる。
ちなみにこの文章の意味は？
自分で調べれば。
I believe in the Funimation dub she says that in America it's a compliment, to which it cuts to a really humorous scene in the where Daru and Rintaro are gathering snacks in the supermarket, only for Rintaro to realize that her compliment basically means that his head is full of air.
そういえば
Gotta
さ
love Funimation.
この前の D メールも文章は途中で切れてたよな。
Yes. If we look at if we it's that one too.
確かにこちらも2つに分割されている。
And it's most likely the same for the D-mail from before.
何が原因なのかしら。
ゼリーマンと関係があるかもしれん。
That could very well be the case. After all, digital data is being sent through a singularity.
でもマユシーはね、どうして5日前に届いたかの方が気になります。
It is a very informed question.
前に送った時も5日前に届いてたわよね。
Indeed it did.
ああ、そうだった。
なんか法則性でもあるんじゃね？
Maybe it has something to do with, well, we do actually set it for 2 minutes, but it arrives 5 days.
じゃあさ、もっとじゃんじゃん送ってみようよ。
That could be a good idea, but we still don't know the cause of certain aspects of the phenomenon. And now that we've figured out how to send them, we should keep experimenting and collect as much data as we can.
よし、ラボメンよ、全員配置につけ。
We're not going to war here just yet, Rintaro.
これより D メール実験を可能な限り連続で行う。
And try and gain the scientific data
ダルは
that we
テ
can
ケロッパに
get
て
from them.
電話レンジカッコ仮の監視、調整、情報収集。助手はメ
And
ールを打ち
Rintaro
続けろ。
is taking charge.
さまざまなパターンの文章を試せ。日本語、英語、全角半角、絵文字。内容は問わん。
So depending on what happens, we could actually gain some useful information from how the texts actually work. I'm sure Shining Finger would be better for the job, but since he's not lab mem, I'll leave it to Kurisu.
マユシーは？
And as for Mayuri's role,
マユリには買い出しを命じる。とりあえずバナナを買ってきてくれ。金はこの法王院教魔が出す。
well, at least you're actually going to give her money for a change.
ああ、オカリン太っ腹だね。
Which apparently means the world to Mayuri.
じゃあ岡部はレンジのドアの開け閉めね。
Indeed.
うひょー、刺身にタンポポの花を乗せる仕事並みの単純作業じゃね？
I wouldn't necessarily call opening a microwave door in time for an electrical discharge easy.
いや、上司の判断は的確だ。おそらく D メール製品の鍵はレンジのドアを開けるタイミングにかかっている。
Indeed, that is the case.
冗談で言ったんだけど。
May have been just kidding in principle, but
レンジのドアの開け閉め、この法王院教魔に任せるがいい。神のごとき正確さと修羅のごとき大胆さ、そして女性を扱うかのごとき繊細さを持って開け閉めしてやろう。
it's a very tactless metaphor there, Rintaro.
ああ、オカリンエッチー。
なお 本作
And
戦はトッ
Mayuri
プシ
is
ークレットであ
understandably
る。
upset.
誰にも漏らしてはならない。いいな。
Sworn to secrecy. Mayuri nods, the others are ignoring
で
me.
は作戦名を発表する。
More Nordic nicknames.
作戦名とかいらないから始めましょう。
And Cursor is having none of it, as usual.
だ
Denied, Rentaro. You ruined my climactic scene. How dare you? This is an outrage. Afterwards, its D-mail experiment, its name is Operation Erd, though I lost my chance to announce it, continues for 2 hours. During that time, every D-mail goes back in time without a hitch. Now it's time to take a break. We're all hungry, and except for Mayuri, we've been up last night. And I believe that is a very good time to end the episode here, adventurers. When we return, we shall see what our experiments with D-mail will yield us in terms of useful scientific data. As always, until next we meet.